Micah.
Welcome.
Hey, I appreciate it, man.
Has it sunk in yet that you're with a different team?
Yeah, man. I think it sunk in a little bit for me yesterday when I was going a little crazy with the fan, but just being in here and taking in just the facilities and everything and the welcome, I think I'm pretty honed in and really know what I'm about and pretty aware of everything.
Got a number picked out yet?
Yeah, number one. Number one. I'm going with number one.
Could you just, over the past few days, what's this process been like for you? And when did you kind of realize I'm going to be a Packer?
Yeah, once I found out about, the agreement and came down to negotiations, at first it was like, obviously like anyone, I got kids, I got, a house, I got family that all moved down for me. And it's a change, right? And I had to sit down and talk to my family about this potential opportunity. And that's when, I got the chance to speak, with some other guys and faculty about what it could be like if I decided to come here. And, once I got that comfort zone and they said, and, I got to talk to Rashid a little bit, that's my guy from Penn State, came in together. This is like, it's like Penn State, like it's like home, like this is like a brotherhood, like it's safe, you focus on ball and, we keep everything the right thing. It kind of gave me comfort and it kind of gave me a better decision, like, okay, this is a place where I feel like I can take my next step and continue to have a great legacy here.
Micah, did you have any say in where you could go or where you might go?
Nah, I didn't have any say. It was just, I would say I'm pretty lucky because I understand the rich history of the Packers and the fact that they had interest in me and understand that they had a pretty tough team already in the NFC and I was pretty much geared up, ready to play them, looking for revenge. But now I'm on the other side of adding to this rich history and being able to play with these guys and suit up and, play. I'm very excited.
Where are you at physically, and what's a reasonable expectation for what you can do next Sunday?
Well, I'm going to talk, I think physically, I'm great. I think I can contribute a lot. I'm going to team up with the doctors, creating a plan. We already talked about how we can ramp things up and get me into a flow where they feel comfortable and I feel comfortable. But, my plan is to be here. They didn't give up what they gave up for me to sit on the sidelines and make this big of a, risk and change for me to do that. So I give my all.
Michael, what's your relationship like with Jordan Love, and was the podcast the only time he tried to recruit you here?
Oh, man, I don't think it was ever like a serious conversation because, even me, like many of us, I never thought I'd be traded, But, that's the harsh reality. But, me and Jordan, we're super close, I would say. Obviously, having the same agent, me and Jordan been together in Dubai and, through the podcast, Super Bowl weekends. So we got a very good relationship. He's somebody I know that, we're very competitive when we're around each other. So I know what type of quarterback he is. I'm very fond of Jordan, too, just about, the quarterback he is and what he can be and how he just keeps getting better.
You said you never expected to be traded. How does it feel now to be in this position?
Honestly, everything happens for a reason. It's a blessing in disguise. I may not have that answer for you yet, but I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to work hard every day to prove that, the Packers organization made the right decision and trusted me, and, I'm going to carry that with me.
There's something that you and Jordan also have in common besides the agent. You guys have both had success in this league and are still kind of looking for that ultimate prize. You got to see this team up close a couple of years ago. How much are you just anticipating the opportunity to win here, and how much is that on your mind?
Oh, man, winning is everything to me. I don't think you're going to find a more competitive person on the team or anywhere in the NFL when it comes to anything we do. We could go out and shoot hoops. We could go out there and throw a baseball, see who could throw the hardest, whether it's miles per hour. We could go run 40-yard sprints. I'll wait till you get tired if you're faster than me. I don't think you're going to find someone that's more competitive. So when you talk about winning and the stage of what it takes, I haven't been there, and I don't know what it takes, but I got a funny feeling that, a lot of this history, this program does. They went further than us, and obviously they had a big win against us, and I trust Coach LaFleur. And, I really feel like, we can do it. And, like I said, I really want to win real bad.
What have your conversations been like with Hafley, and what's the plan look like for the next week to get up to speed in the defense?
You know, I'm going to meet with him Monday. Actually, we're going to meet a little bit when I come in on Sunday. Obviously, get a little bit ready. But, you know, he says he got a lot planned for me. I don't know what the scheme look like. I just got my iPad today. So I'm going to look over it. And I'm super excited, man. I know about his creativity. I heard a lot. You know, obviously, you know, I don't watch their defense a lot. But, you know, I'm excited to learn. I'm excited to get better and, you know, be a dominant player for him.
Micah, in your social media.
All right, so there he is, Micah Parsons in some yellow. Get used to it. The star edge rusher will wear number 1, and he is number 1 on this list as well. Highest paid non-quarterback contracts on average annual value, $47 million per, some 6 clear of next closest. We'll have reaction to Parsons' comments next on CBS Sports HQ. There's a new number 1 in Green Bay. Micah Parsons used to wear sticks. Now it'll be the stick. Announcing in his introductory press conference that he will wear number 1, just the second Packer player ever to don that number, along with the stadium's namesake, Curly Lambeau. CBS NFL analysts John Breech and Tyler Sullivan in with reaction. And fellas, Micah Parsons officially at the podium, has his physical done. No word yet on any injury or issue with that lower back that held him out, quote unquote, in Dallas, but says he's physically feeling ready to contribute right now. Your biggest takeaway, Tyler, from the words is what?
I think one of the things that we look at from what he said is that he still has to meet with his defensive coordinator. Just got his iPad today, needs to learn that scheme. That's one of the things I want to see. Of course, we're wondering if he's healthy, but what does he look like when he's on the field? Obviously, I think we're going to see a little bit of a limited sample of Micah Parsons. If you're just thinking a little bit logically, the guy hasn't practiced all summer, so I don't think he's going to immediately be in game shape when he's going up against guys that have been at training camp and preseason all summer. So I do think that we're going to see him in this. He's saying he feels great physically, but feeling great at the podium is different than feeling great on a football field and being in football shape. So I'll be interested to see not only him learning his scheme, but really what does he look like physically as a football player right now.
And Joe, as you said, the back looks like it's healthy. It's amazing how quickly things heal when you get paid $47 million per year. But as Tyler alluded to, we have to see him get into football shape. He hasn't practiced since last January. It has been a while. He hasn't had full pads for practice. So now you're talking about you got to get out there, you got to learn the scheme, and he just got his iPad today, so he is just starting the process of learning the defense. And just listening to Micah Parsons and listening to Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst today, it seems like they're trying to temper expectations about what fans are going to see in week 1. Micah Parsons isn't going to go out there and play 100% of the defensive snaps. I think that's pretty clear. We talked a little bit earlier about week 2. They have that quick turnaround into Thursday, so he probably won't be playing 100% of the snaps there either. It might be until week 3 that they're waiting to do that, but it does seem like Micah Parsons is excited. He said he's excited to see what the coaching staff is going to do with him. He loves to move around. He complimented Matt LaFleur for whipping the Cowboys in the playoffs and how they game planned against him specifically. So he seems excited to be there. I think that's what counts here.
Said he loves the facilities, loves the feeling in the building, the fact that there's no owner. He offered that as a tip of the cap to all that Green Bay is and not where he's coming from. But I do want to maybe look back to move forward here, guys. He said didn't have any say in where he would go and, quote, everything happens for a reason. Breech, if you had to point to the chief reason on why we're here, how do you explain that?
I explain it. Jerry Jones is the most stubborn man on the planet. Not even NFL owner, just person, period. This should have been a no-brainer. You give Micah Parsons a blank check. You tell him you're the cornerstone guy on our defense. We'll pay you whatever you want. He couldn't do that. Maybe call his agent. Just simple negotiations that had to get done. And when you make someone so mad that so much animosity between the two sides, this is how a breakup happens. And that's what happened here. It just got so ugly that it devolved in these two sides hating each other. So now Micah Parsons is in Green Bay. He seems happy. Jerry Jones says the Cowboys are better without Micah Parsons, so he seems happy. So both sides are happy, and that's what happened. It's an ugly breakup, and sometimes these things happen in the NFL.
It's ego. That's really what it is. It's the ego of Jerry Jones. That's really what it comes down to in terms of why is Micah Parsons not a Cowboy for life? Because, you know, we could talk about these first-round picks that the Cowboys brought in. You hope that you land a player like Micah Parsons with one of those selections. So, again, at 26 years old, this is not the type of player you should be moving off of. The only reason you're moving off of it is because you really didn't do your due diligence in terms of preparing to ultimately give Micah Parsons his money. Now, Jerry Jones can say that they had the offer on the table and things like that, but the way that they go about it, it just did not jive with how normal standard procedure typically goes in the NFL. Not going through an agent, not going through the proper channels, and then ultimately you lose faith, or the player loses faith in the organization. And really, when we see now Micah Parsons screaming off the edge for the Green Bay Packers, possibly, again, he's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year right now. If he reaches those heights, if he takes the Green Bay Packers to that next level, Jerry Jones only has to blame himself.
We said it. Parsons set to wear number 1. You do some things in number 1. I know it was a long time ago. I don't think Curly Lambeau even had a number on his jersey. I think it was just first name on the roster, and that got him number 1. But the founder, coach, player has an impact that's felt throughout the years. We'll see if Parsons has such an impact at Lambeau. Fellas, thank you for the reaction. A look here at your highest paid non-quarterback contracts, $47 million per year, $188 million in total, with nearly $140 million of that coming in guarantees. Signed, sealed, delivered. Micah Parsons is in Green Bay.